Not been on it for about, what, 2 weeks-ish? And God, I've missed it. In this video, I wanted to cover 3 things. Number 1, a cosmetic mod with the potential for some slight performance gains. Number 2, a practical mod. And number 3, I wanted to see if I could make the MT breathe fire. But as with most things in life, not everything went to plan. Really well. I've not been on it for a few weeks and so the MT's new home for the next few weeks is here. The reason is I'm going to what can you see different with the bike? Mainly what's missing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's the downpipes. And you can see, not in the best of conditions, could do with a bit of TLC. I'm going to address this issue once and for all. I'm going to take the pipes off and then we're going to go and get them treated very quickly. So this is the Macan. It's been great, mainly because I had a track day, it's got no baffle in it. And it passed the noise test, but it passed, so didn't have to put a baffle in, on track, full noise, full fat. Lovely. But yeah, that's going to go because you'll see what's getting done with the pipes and it'll look funny with that can on, I think. So I've got this to replace it and it's surprisingly much lighter. It's carbon fibre, so it should be. Just get it under the light there, see how lovely that looks. But yeah, this will be going on after my pipes have been treated. So off I went with my dirty pipe in hand to see if we could get some special treatment. CamCoat Performance Coatings were up for the job, although they were very careful with what I could and couldn't film, mainly because they work for a lot of high-end manufacturers. Now a lot of these guys probably don't want the rest of the world to know that they use this little industrial unit in Warrington. After a few weeks my pipes were ready to pick up. Then all I had to do was convince a grease monkey to fit them. Is it ready? 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 I think he's only gonna done it. He's only gonna done it. Oh, that looks smart. Yeah. It's alright, that done it. Yeah, boy. The pipes are on and they look fantastic. So I'll give you a quick look now, but there's a lot of crap on the road and it's all kicked up and stuff. What I like about it is basically the bottom half of the bike is black, and now instead of these off kind of coloured orange pipes, it all ties in really nicely. And that's why I said the original can probably look funny, but I think that looks bang on. So it's CamCoat Performance Coatings which did it, but one thing they did say is because there's 3 coatings, 2 on the outside, 1 in the middle, and because of the heat retention and the smoother pipes, it'll all equate to faster gas flow. So they're saying that it should show up on a dyno, the difference, and there's one way to test that. So we're off to the dyno.
Usually what happens is when Anthony and I go out to do Viking days, I usually end up wearing a rucksack, and as a pilly on the back of an MT10 it's already uncomfortable, so to have a rucksack full of camera gear is absolutely horrendous. And we finally got these fantastic...
So forearmed is forewarned. If you're going to buy some luggage, do not let it be Viking bags. It's just not worth it. It could cost you a lot more than whatever they charge for a bag. So that said, let's drink our coffee and crack on. compressor for the heat. Alright. The heat in the tyres is giving off loads of steam off them puddles. I thought this was very strange, but little did I know at that time the real reason for all this extra heat in the tyres.
So we're looking for flames.
Yeah, because basically I'm a 10-year-old. Right, CamCoat Performance have ceramic coated the full exhaust system basically, from the top of the headers to the bottom of the link pipe.
It's like exhaust wrap. If you put an exhaust wrap around the headers,
yeah,
then it insulates the headers. So that's what ceramic coating is supposed to do. It's supposed to keep the temperature up inside the exhaust so that the pulse waves keep travelling at the same speed all the time. Obviously pulling out of a corner on a racetrack, if the temperature cools down on the exhaust, the pulse waves slow down. So if you can keep the temperature up, the pulse waves travel the same speed all the time.
Okay, right, so that's the science of it. Let's see how it translates into reality. So there should be an increase, but we're not expecting anything big, but we'll see if it shows up on the dyno. Yeah, so that's a different cam, but although it's carbon fibre, I don't think the internals are any different, are they? Oh, I wouldn't have thought so.
So why have we changed the cam?
Why? Because so the other one was silver. Because
Why?
Because he's inherited his mum's sense of colour coordination.
It's showtime! Cheers, buddy! Actual power is 153.
Yeah, 153.59 horsepower as opposed to 150.84 horsepower.
Okay.
That was in October 2017.
What the torque?
Torque's actually a little tiny bit higher.
Okay.
It's 78 foot-pounds as opposed to 77.8.
So yeah, the difference isn't massive, but I think the variance in the difference humidity in the air and everything.
It's very humid today.
Yeah.
Really humid. So you're going to struggle with power.
Okay.
On any day like this, you will struggle. In reality, in this room, with all the conditions that it's running under, the humidity, the air temperature, etc., it's actually making slightly more power, about 3 horsepower more.
Okay. So you said it's really humid today. How does that affect power?
It should, in theory, lessen the power. Okay?
Right, okay.
Because water molecules are actually bigger than oxygen molecules. So they actually replace the oxygen molecules.
Right.
The more vapour in the air, the less power you're likely to get. It also depends on the atmospheric pressure as well. Today is 1,034 millibars, which is exceptional. That's why it's putting out so much power today. Because if we look at last time, slightly less, 1,029 millibars. Very slightly less
so it's
air
slightly
pressure.
less, yeah. So in summary, I left more confused than when I went. The original day when I went down to the dyno was quite dry. Today was quite moist. And apparently the moisture in the air saps power. So that's one factor. Another factor is air pressure. Today was 1,034 millibars of pressure, and the original day was 1,029 millibars of pressure. And if I'm honest, I ain't got a clue what a millibar is and what difference 5 millibars will have on the performance of an engine. If you've got more of an idea, let me know.
What I'll do now is extract the map off this ECU. Knock off the AIS valve, re-enable the AIS valve. Put it all back together. See what it does.
Hopefully, we'll have a bit of
Hopefully
flamage.
The AIS valve was never ever disabled.
Right.
It's not been blocked off or anything. It's just been normal. The pipe that comes from the airbox That's not been disconnected or blocked off or anything.
I've not done anything with that, no.
So the AIS valve is still working. It's still running.
Right.
So now I can knock it off.
Okay.
But that's really all I can do. It will never pop and bang.
Right.
Unless you drill a hole in the exhaust somewhere.
Or really mess the mapping up.
Or mess the mapping up,
Yeah.
I can switch fuel cup back on again and see if it will pop and bang on the overrun, just as an experiment if you want to.
As an experiment, why not? So to get the flames, I need to leave the AIS valve on and the fuel cut during deceleration on. Now, if you do both them things, you will get flames, but it's not going to be the smooth power delivery that I've grown to love and basically expect. So if I'm given a trade-off of smooth bike or flames, I'm going to stick with the smooth bike. So yeah, that's how it is. So I'm not going to trade off the performance for flames. If I could have both, brilliant, but it's not that simple. So I'm going to stay with the buttery smooth delivery of power. So what I saw next was a kicker. I mean, I was furious. So the bags have been on for the first time today. With the setup of it, it did look all good. But we've literally gone from Manchester to Lancaster, and it has been rubbing on the tyre, both sides. Yeah, it's quite worrying. We sat stationary to see how much clearance there was, and it looked fine at home, but obviously out and about, accelerating makes it sit down on the suspension, and it has contacted the tyre on both sides and gone straight through the bag. Yeah, so we're very lucky, very, very lucky. So you can see, I mean, that's the rigid, that's what gives the bag its shape, which has stopped the majority of it going through, but even that's one away there.
Yeah, where the seams are.
So I've got some unnatural tyre wear as well now, which is a shame because we thought they were brilliant.
Yeah.
I had loads of expensive equipment in the bags and then saffron on the back. If we had a blowout or the tyre ripped through the bag, something fell through, got tangled in the wheel, yeah, I don't even want to think about what could have been. We were lucky. That's how it is. So where do we go from here? I've contacted the company, I've let them know what's happened, and we're waiting for a reply from that. So I'll let you know what happens. Right then, it's been a while. It's been a few months, to be fair. Now, the reason I left it so long was I didn't want to put this coating on my pipes and say, yeah, they're fantastic, look at them, how great they are. And then a couple of months later it flakes off, or, you know, it just rusts or whatever. Some companies would like a review very quickly, and I just don't do it. I just wait and I see how the product stands up. Now, it's like 3-4 months after I've had it done, and a lot of miles later, there's a lot of miles on this bike now, and they're great. They're absolutely great. Every time they're dirty, jet wash it straight off, no issues. So pipe wise, very impressed. Nah, not quite sure what it does on the dyno, but visually, aesthetically, I love it. I absolutely love it. So that's number one. Number two, the flames. You can have them if you want them, but the ride won't be as good. And number 3, I wanted to give Viking bags a good chance to make things right. And what I mean by that is, I wanted to give them the time to change stuff. I wanted to give them the feedback. Hopefully they would have acted on that and turn this into a positive, you know, improve the product. Nope, they're still selling the exact same bags for the MT10s with the same video up on how to fit them. So please don't buy them. I'll be honest, I'm not quite sure what they cost, but it's not worth it. No matter how cheap they are, it's not worth it. It could end up spitting you off the bike. Nobody wants that. That's going to be a bad day for anyone, isn't it? Right, that said, anything you want to add? Would you get the pipes done? What luggage do you have, if you have any? I'm not interested in top box or panniers like that, but yeah, what do you use? And do you have flames? I mean, have you decatted and not tuned, and how you finding that? Let me know. So this is Ant on a Slant, signing off.